Okay, so good afternoon, you guys. What's up again? This is going to be my second vlog update because I haven't been updating or posting anything for the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to get myself settled in. So today is August the 11th, and I already posted some knowledge for today. You can go ahead and check that out on S.A.S. S period A period S period Nation is on Facebook as S.A.S, which is Suicide Attempt Survivor. In case you guys don't know what that means, that's what it is, and that's been the movement that I have been on since I came home from the VA in Iowa. I spent roughly about 2.5, 3 weeks at the VA in Iowa because I tried to take my life. I tried to commit suicide with the I swallowed 56 pills. It had like 7, 8 beers. I'm sorry, and was trying to take my life. But I woke up in an abandoned vehicle and got in contact with some of my family members in Iowa, and they came and got me, and they took me to the VA hospital. Now, at that time and moment of my life, I did feel worthless. I did feel useless. I did feel like I didn't have anybody, and I felt alone. It felt like I was literally living by myself. Now, mind you, I have two children. I have a family to take care of, and I'm trying to make a relationship work with my child's father, but I'm giving so much. I'm losing so much. I lost so much of myself that I didn't have anything to bring me back from the point to where I was at. I was tired of being used. I was tired of being mistreated. I was tired of being underappreciated. And I needed some energy that I was just putting out for everybody return to myself. And that wasn't happening there. It wasn't happening then when I left. It wasn't happening now that I'm here. It's no, it's a becoming a game of he say, she say. That's what it's becoming. And I'm not, at this point, I don't care what anybody has to say about what happened or what I did because I'm still here. I'm still alive and well. And like, I'm not worried about people or anyone that has anything to say about suicide because you don't know that place. You don't know that dark moment. You don't know that instant moment where a person just wants to quit life. This person wants to quit living. You don't know that. You know nothing about that because there are people out here that talk about suicide, very minimum, and it needs to be spoken on. It needs to be spoke on, and needs something that should be talked about. It's very taboo with us because it's assigned as being weak. It's assigned as being less than others or less than somebody else, and that's not what my journey is all about. It's not what it's about. That's not what my life is about. Because I realized when I was there, I was like, if I leave as well as the guy I was dating, he was like, if you leave this world, I gotta explain to Nyla and I gotta explain to our children that I wasn't man enough to be what you needed me to be, and that pushed you over the edge. And I was like, you can't blame where I'm at in my life and how I feel about myself on you. You have nothing to do with that as a person. That's why it's called self-esteem. It has nothing to do with you as my partner. It has nothing to do with you as my family. It has nothing to do with you as my children. This is about me and how I feel personally about myself, about my decisions that I've made, about the consequences that I'm now faced with because of the decisions that I made. Like, it's different, and I decided to live. When I was in that place, I was in my room 24/7. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to lay there in that bed. And there was many days that I did lay there in that bed. My psych doctors would come in and be like, well, won't you get out of bed? Could you come on, get out of bed and put some light in here? And I'll be like, I'm getting out of bed, and wait till he leaves, turn my lights off and close my shades again, and I'm done with the people for the day because I'm not going to group. I wasn't going to group. Group didn't have anything to do with me. I wanted out. I wanted away from this form of life. And while I was there, I spent a lot of time by myself while I was there. I spent a lot of time in thought and trying to figure out what I actually had to live for. That's what it comes to, when I actually had something worth living. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, my kids, they don't feel like they even want to talk to me. My kids don't have a relationship. And at that moment, that's what I kept feeling. I kept feeling like no one cared. I kept feeling like no one even cares that I'm in here. No one's calling to check up on me. No one's doing anything to help me at my lowest possible moment, at my darkest moment in hour. I literally had to find something, had to dig deep and find some type of excitement about life again, and it was hard for me to do that. So while I was in there, um, I reached out to a couple of some old school friends, some like people I talked to over the years before this, like one, two, maybe three people, four people I reached out to, and it was like, what? That's crazy. You did this, that, like this, that, and the third. Whereas they were having a better reaction for me to my situation versus the people that I was living with. Like they actually were yelling and upset with me for what happened, not understanding that they not understanding that what they were saying to me, how they treated me, was the leading cause to my situation. They completely overlooked their involvement in it. They completely just like, nope, there's nothing to do with us, and they literally kicked me out the house. Now, mind you, I go to the VA. They send me to the VA. Okay, I get committed to VA. I call them like a week later, maybe a week later, a couple of days later, saying I'm like, okay, I'm ready to come home. I'm sorry, that I put you guys through that. I won't scare you guys that again. I'm learning about myself and the situation and how my brain works and matters, how my brain is configured. I'm working on that, and that wasn't even enough. They was like, no, you can't come back here. So not only was I at my lowest point dealing with myself, I was then completely like disowned from my family, like from my immediate family right then that I had. That was it. Like they didn't want me to come back. They didn't care where I was going. They didn't care that I needed the help. And I'm thinking to myself, these are the same people that I've taken care of. These are the same two individuals that I had to take care of on my own for on and off for 3 years, and didn't expect anything in return. But here I am right now, and I need you. And I need you to put some more positive energy into me because I'm not even running on fumes at this point. And they were just like, no, no, you can't come back here. You can't do this. And they was like, I'm going to kill everybody in the house. What? We've been living together for how long? Like, we've been together on and off for at least good six, something like 3 years. So we're here, 2 years here. This, that, and the third. I come and break bread, paying rent, breaking bread for Christmas presents, doing all the shit I'm supposed to do as a woman in this family or in this line. And when I need you, you tell me no. You turn your back on me. You leave. And I'm like, okay, you don't want me to die, but you sit there and you treat me like this after you forced me to live. It bothered me for a very long time. It bothered me for a very long time. Because I was like, I made the choice, I made the self decision to come in here and to get help. Not because I thought I needed help. Not because I felt like I need help. I went in there under the mental circumstances that once I get help, I can have my family back. And that was like the worst thing to do to me. That's the worst thing to do to anybody in this situation, because when a person is going through like that, they need their family. They need the ones that were there to push them that far away, to push them that far off, to push them that close to the edge and over. The same ones who caused it need to be there, but instead they're not. They're leaving you here to recover and build yourself back up on your own. And for them, that works better because they don't have to take the time out of their day or out of what they're doing for themselves to help you out. So that's where a lot of, I won't say, yeah, I can say that. That's where a lot of guilt, a lot of revenge comes from. A lot of things that I feel that I will be vindicated in doing because when I needed you, you weren't there. So if I decided to change my name, change my number, and completely cut myself off from them, it would be typically okay because in my mode, when I left there were still fake smiles and okay, take care, and okay, you be safe. Da 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 da. Call me. I didn't even get a call me. I didn't even get a call me. It's like, okay, you be safe. Bye. Give me a hug, give me a kiss. All right, baby. Bye. And that was typically it. But let's shoot me on the other foot. And if you were going through something like I went through, I'm not gonna shut you out. I'm not gonna shut you down. I'm not gonna dismiss you and your crisis. I'm not doing that because at that moment I know you don't have the energy for yourself. That means you need someone else to come in and be like, look, this is what you have to live for. This is that. You need someone to come in and make you feel appreciated as a person because that's what people have been doing to you, taking advantage of you, taking your kindness for a weakness, completely treating you like a fucking rug is walking all over you. That's when it becomes so real. That's when it becomes so real. Like that's when it's over. And I was at my moment, I was at the end of my rope. I was reaching and reaching and nobody was reaching back for me. And so I had it. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I don't want to live no more. I left the house. I had no shoes on my feet. I had a purse full of beer and pills. That's all I had. I don't know if I took my ID, my credit card. I don't know if I took that with me. I think I left. I didn't want to be identified when found. I was like, what? They got to do some fucking search to figure out who the hell I am. Because I'm not taking no ID. I ain't take my passport. I left with the pills. I left with the beer. And that was it. I didn't care about being acknowledged. I didn't care about being found, even if I was to be found. It didn't faze me. It was an arising issue with me. I didn't care. And that's when I've been. But yeah, like that's what's happening. And now I've been home. But I'm now at a new. I moved back in with a previous roommate. Let me see. I'm sorry, I caught by news fix. But like that's where it's like I've been home now since July the 14th. I know my last post was on like July 20th. I've been trying to get myself settled, getting certain things taken care of. Getting myself lined up to get back on track with my life. Um, my relationship with my child's father, it's still up in the air. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not really worried about relationship right now, period, to be honest. I'm not looking for no one. I'm not waiting for no one to check for me. I'm not waiting for anything of the sort because like now all I can do now is just be around for myself at this point. I now have to I now have to rebuild myself as a person. I have to look deep within myself and remember what I was living for before I even got to where I am in my life. I need to focus on what's making me happy, which is what I decided to do. Um, a lot of people that don't know me don't know that I suffer with mental health issues. They don't know anything really. I just kind of fall off the grid from time to time, mainly because of my mental health issues. Because I'm going through, and I can't say anything without causing alarm to a bunch of people. And because I don't like people digging in my business, but I've realized that it is very therapeutic, and I agree with some of my psychologists and other doctors at the hospital that this would be a nice therapeutic way to talk about this because myself as a veteran, I know now for a fact and for sure I am not the only veteran dealing with this issue. I am not the only veteran battling PTSD. I am not the only veteran battling BPD or bipolar or schizophrenia or just anxiety, period. I am not the only one. I am not the only female. I am not the only black person in the world dealing with mental health issues. And what they've given me is I'm not gonna say it's serotonin, but it's Zoloft. I take Zoloft. I take Seroquel, hydrocodone or hydroxyzine. I'm sorry, hydroxyzine is a anxiety medicine. Trazodone is a sleep aid to be taken with another quantity. We could Seroquel because I can't sleep. I still don't sleep too well, but I have my days where I can sleep throughout the night and I'm fine. Um, I've found that having something to do to keep my mind busy, to keep myself in a prosperous mode, I have to continue to do things, so it's something that I have to keep doing because this won't be the end of the road for me. I won't let myself being found in some ditch, river, abandoned house, vehicle, truck on the side of the road, or just in my room or in a bathtub or hanging somewhere when I know that I am more resilient than I give myself credit for. Like I said, I'm a veteran. I'm 29 years old. I have 2 children. Um, I'm set to graduate in a year. Um, I have, I already have my car. I already have everything else that I need to have myself. I have everything else that I need but myself. And that's what this journey is about. This journey is about the refinding of all the beauty in life, the refinding of friendships, of having companions, of sharing life with people. That's what my journey is about. And I don't mind being on and talk about my journey. I made the page on Facebook so that you guys can come and comment and post things and share your stories with me as I share my journey with you. That's what this really is. Because I understand that I'm not going through this alone. Nobody, you are not going through this by yourself. There is somebody else in another state of the world, in another corner, curled up in a corner, hugging a blanket pillow, or just ready to end it all. And I want you guys to know that I've created the place where we can support each other, where people with mental illnesses can support each other. And that's a text message. I have to answer that in a minute. But I'm gonna come back and finish this because I don't know if this is gonna keep running when I close my camera down. I don't necessarily know, but I'll come back and finish in a second.